I'm Mark Dresner, and this is the Research Insider, a special interview series featuring experts and leaders in consumer, market, and shopper insights. The Research Insider is brought to you by the OmniShopper event, formerly Shopper Insights in Action, the world's top event uniting manufacturers and retailers to activate intelligence and drive basket growth. Joining me today is Joe Davis. He's the Director of Shopper Insights and Headquarter Initiatives with the Coca-Cola Company. Joe, welcome to the Research Insider.
Hey, thanks, Mark.
Great to have you. Why don't you tell us briefly about your role and responsibilities just to get us started?
Sure. So, my team leads our headquarters Shopper Insights team, so we're a team of 4. We have primary responsibility for our customer marketing organization, which would include our shopper marketers, our sales teams, sales capabilities, for example, and then also our shopper marketing COE, which manages and delivers all of our national shopper marketing toolkits. So we're providing all the insights to those organizations. So think of us as the craftsmen. We're building the tools, the steel workers, right, that are building the ships that our sales teams, our shopper marketing partners will use with our customers. So in a sense, that's our role.
Excellent, excellent. So how has your organization evolved in recent times? Because obviously times are changing in order to adapt.
Yeah. We're a very brand-led organization historically and have a great consumer focus and great consumer know-how. And we've had the challenge from our customers and from our leaders internally to take that consumer, that individual centricity that exists in our company, and move that into the shopper environment. And that's put some key demands on our team for sure. But it's also allowed us to uncover new insights that are necessary to move our business forward in the way that we need to with our customers and really with our consumers as well.
When you and I spoke initially, you mentioned an unusual proprietary tracker that you've developed and started running. First of all, before we even go into it, why was it necessary? How did it come about, Joe?
Yeah. I think this tracker, I mentioned to you just now that we have a very high focus on the individual. Mm-hmm. And what we found through a lot of our traditional data sources was we lacked that individual knowledge coming out of those sources. So a lot of that being household level data or primary shopper data. Well, our consumers come from all walks of life. Some of them are the primary shoppers, many of them are not. And so we were having a lot of coverage issues and gaps in our understanding of our total consumer base as shoppers. Mm-hmm. And so this tracker was necessary to not only internally build our brains around how to activate with a shopper, but then externally to make sure that we are talking about all of our shoppers, a complete picture of what's going on in the marketplace, what are the opportunities for our customers through our categories, and really allow us to be a preferred advisor and a trusted partner for our customers in a way that our competition may not be able to do.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, excellent. So tell us about the tracker itself. How does it work?
Sure, we call it iShop. That stands for individual shopping habits, occasions, and perceptions. And so what this is it is a massive, massive tracking study, about 66,000 respondents, about 120,000 trips that we've covered now over the last about 2 years. And it's a continuously running survey that we field every day, and it includes everything about their purchase behavior, their perceptions about the retailer, so we can do some equity tracking on the behalf of our customers. We talk about the trip missions, the need states, the attitudinal segments at the individual level. And so we're not talking about the household. We're not talking about the primary shopper, although we know who those people are, what the demographics are, and composition of their households. But we're talking about individual shoppers. And it also allows us, because of the way that our research partner fields a survey, to get insights into the immediate consumption trip, which is hugely, hugely important for our categories. Mm-hmm. You think about the number of times you've walked into a grocery store and did not plan to buy a beverage, but did. We want to understand that behavior and everything that led up to it. And we weren't getting that from some of our other sources of information. We get that through iShop. It's been a huge benefit for us and very important strategically for our company to have that understanding.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you next, how is it working? Can you elaborate on that at all?
Yeah.
What you've gotten out of it?
Yeah, there's been kind of 2 key wins with this. It's brought that individual centricity that we are so strong at the Coca-Cola Company into the shopper environment. Mm-hmm. And there was a disconnect between our brand organization and our shopper organization because the sales teams, the shopper organization, talking about households historically, The brand organization, they're talking about individual people. And there's always that gap, a leap that we had to have the organization make as we're bringing those plans from brand into sales. We don't have a lot of that issue anymore because it's very seamless in the way that we're talking about the individual all the way across the path to purchase. And the second area where it's been a huge benefit is with our customers. This is a proprietary study that they can only get through us, but it is rooted in the business questions that we've been getting from them for years, and we haven't had great answers to in the past. And now we're able, on their behalf, not only to tell them a lot about their shoppers, maybe more than they've ever seen before, with a lot of detail and granularity down to the brand level in some cases, but then also when their shoppers are not in their stores, what are they doing at their competitors? What are the need states, the behaviors, the purchase behavior that's going on at their competitors that they're just not seeing today? And we can track that over time. We can see how it changes. It's really powerful.
Your retail partners must love that.
Yeah, gobbling it up. Yeah, so it's a great feedback that we've gotten from our customers to the extent that now we're almost a data provider to them in that sense because we have this intelligence they just can't get from other people.
That's fantastic. One thing that just struck me on your last answer is you said it's sort of, this has helped actually create a standard taxonomy or language that you can use from a brand perspective and from the shopper perspective across the entire path to purchase, right?
That's
right. What a terrific. Can you elaborate on that at all?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're talking a little bit about in the brand realm. We have questions within this survey to talk about brand preference, for example, brand awareness. So there's key metrics that the brand organization is familiar with and is tracking on their own that are incorporated in this study. So if they want to look at, for example, somebody who says that Coca-Cola is their favorite brand, and that is a key target among, say, 19 to 34-year-olds, we can build that same group of people. People is the key there, not households, and look at their behaviors then as that transitions from being just a consumer to the actual shopping environment. So that's really, really powerful for our brand organization to have that. And we're also just tracking not only all retail behavior, but then some of their behaviors online. We have some of their attitudinal segments. So do we know if they're socially engaged? Do we know if they come from a specific psychographic segment? And that helps the brand and their targeting efforts to say, hey, are the things that we're doing in market with some of our preferred customers, are they getting us the results that we want from a shopping behavior perspective? And that's something we haven't had in the past.
That's fantastic. What's next?
Yeah, I think commercializing it. I think one of the key functions of my group is to be the evangelist, to get the information out to as many people as possible, right? Sure. Missionaries in that sense. And that's something that we have a lot of headroom to do. There's a lot of runway on this. I mean, the survey itself for our company is only 2 years old. We have lots more that we can do with this. We've just scratched the surface. We're still kind of even understanding the power that we still have and where can we leverage it in new ways. So I'm so excited about seeing what's next, but I know that as the survey continues to field, we'll see trends develop. We'll start identifying and uncovering some kind of macroeconomic things, but then also just from a shopper perspective, what's changing and how they're going to our customers. What are they looking for? What are the motivations and need states? It'd be really cool to see as we keep this up.
That's what it's all about. I hope you'll come back and update us when you have
We'd
that.
love to.
Great. Joe, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mark.
This with us today.
Absolutely.
That concludes this episode of the Research Insider. If you'd like to learn more about the OmniShopper event, please visit us online at www.omnishopperevent.com. Until next time, I'm Mark Dresner, and you've just heard the Insight Scoop.